welcome! My name is Jocelyn and today we are doing a hair tutorial. I have gotten so many compliments on my hair over the course of my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, by the way. So I thought it was time to do a hair tutorial and show you how I curl my hair. I have naturally curly, frizzy, sometimes obnoxious hair, so I love wearing it straightened and curled. I do not use a curling iron. I use a straightener to produce these curls, so I'm going to show you how I do that today. We're going to start from right after I get out of the shower, or almost right after I get out of the shower, but I'll start with blow drying my hair and then come in here and straighten my hair. I say come in here because I blow dry my hair in the bathroom and then come into my bedroom to straighten my hair so the sound quality and lighting is a little bit better. I hope you enjoy watching this. I know I enjoyed filming it. As I mentioned earlier, I have got really curly, frizzy hair, and a lot of my life I straightened the absolute crud out of it with cheap straighteners, which produced a lot of damage and split ends and breakage in my hair. So many years ago I switched to high-end straighteners and I've never looked back, and my hair has grown and become much healthier, in part because of using a good quality straightener that allows you to adjust the heat temperature and also has good plates on them, because some plates have a technology that kind of helps your hair as you're straightening it instead of totally damaging it. Any heat to your hair is going to damage it in some way, shape, or form, but at least we can damage it a little less. That's what to expect in this video. I'm super excited. If you have any questions at any point, please leave them down in the comments below. If you want any other kind of hair tutorial or anything else of that sort, please also let me know. All right, so I think that was everything that I wanted to mention. So let's go ahead and get on with the hair tutorial. Welcome to my bathroom. So this is where we're going to be starting out this video. I have washed my hair. As you can see, it is quite wet. I do like to wash my hair and then give it some time to dry on its own a little bit after I've washed it, so that the less amount of time I have to spend using a hair dryer on it, the better, because hair dryers can be damaging. Using any kind of heat on your hair can be damaging. That's why I do leave it naturally curly sometimes. As you can see, I do have some natural curls in my hair, but I also really love it straightened and curled. I have already brushed it. Normally right after I get out of the shower, if I plan on straightening it, I brush it out and put some kind of detangler or leave-in conditioner or something in it. It doesn't really matter what it is. I don't have any kind of preference. I just kind of use whatever is on hand. So it's nice and wet. We want to dry it before we straighten it. I am going to brush it out one more time. I do have a wet brush, which I find extremely beneficial. I love the wet brush for brushing my hair. I also have a mini version, so I have a baby one and a big one. I recently got the big one from my mom for Christmas, and it's much easier to use than the baby one. All right, so we are nice and brushed out. Now I'm just going to blow dry it. I do have a not exactly inexpensive hair dryer. Again, I like to use more high-end hair styling tools on my hair because I've struggled again with breakage and frizz, and just I've damaged my hair quite a bit in my life. So it's at a really good place now, and I think it's because of the products that I've been using on it and the tools that I've been using on it. So this is a hair dryer by Hot Tools. It is the Tourmaline Tools 2000. It's got this beautiful shiny blue color. My hair dryer has two different settings that you can choose on it. So it has a heat setting and a speed setting. So you can either have a low, medium, or high heat level, or you can have a, well, off, or a low and high speed level. I typically use the medium heat level and then the low speed level. That way it's not too aggressive on my hair as I'm blow drying it. So let me just go ahead and blow dry it real fast, and then we'll move on to the most exciting part, which is of course the straightening part. Welcome to my bedroom, where we are going to finish off this tutorial and do the actual fun part, the straightening part. Now, as I mentioned, I don't use a curling iron. I use a straightener to straighten curl my hair. Never used a curling iron, not a fan. If I can use one tool to accomplish both things, I'm gonna do that. Like I said earlier, I use high-end hair tools. I have found that they damage my hair less, and it's just worth it. They have a good longevity, they work well, they feel well on the hair, and typically they have some kind of patented plate on the tool that is less damaging to the hair. Now, the hair straightener that I used to be using was, I believe, $190. I made the mistake, one, of getting a straightener that was white. If you color your hair, I would highly recommend not choosing a white straightener because the color will most likely bleed onto that straightener over time. So rule number one, don't buy a white straightener if you color your hair. Two, the straightener that I bought, although it worked well, it felt a little bit, dare I say, cheap, even though it was $190. It did work well, it did its job, I enjoyed using it, but I really didn't know what I was missing out on until I received this bad boy. So this is the NuMe Fashionista Hair Straightener. I want to give a big shout out, a big, huge thank you to NuMe for sending me this straightener. It is cheaper than my old straightener. My old straightener was, again, like $190. This one is $119. And I believe if you go on their site right now, they are doing a sale, a holiday sale at this time. I don't know how often they do sales, but you could get a discount on their straighteners or on their products on their site. So this is the Fashionista Hair Straightener. It comes in 3 different colors. You can get it in bright blue, bright pink, or black. I really like the black one. One, because it looks very sleek and professional, but also, as I mentioned earlier, my old straightener was white and it kind of eroded over time. I don't know what that was all about, but this NuMe straightener, it feels so well constructed and well made. It's light and comfortable in the hand, which is really important for me because if I'm using a straightener, I want to be able to hold it and hold it up for a long time because your girl's got some weak arms, and so this works really well for me. Also, this straightener has tourmaline plates in it, which is what actually straightens your hair, and I look for something like that in a straightener because it's better for your hair. Let me actually read exactly what I'm talking about so I'm not making anything up. So tourmaline ceramic plates offer a smooth, friction-free surface to reduce breakage and naturally conduct far infrared heat and negative ions for healthier heat styling. So again, I've struggled with breakage and split-ends a lot of my life, and so I look for a straightener that kind of tries to reduce that, and so straighteners like that have plates like tourmaline are really, really good on the hair. I also look for straighteners that give me the option to adjust the heat level that I'm straightening my hair at. So this straightener goes up to 450 degrees, which is really high. I have found that I go a few notches below that because I don't think I need the full 450 degrees. If I can get away with less heat on my hair, then I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my straightener on. Another great thing is this takes barely any time at all to heat up. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, but I wanted to make sure it's clear. I did get that straightener sent to me for free, but all opinions that I'm talking about, I really do love this straightener. It works really, really well on my hair. It's really well made. Big thumbs up. Okay, so while that's heating up, I am going to section my hair out. There's a couple different ways you can do that, but my favorite way is to take my thumbs behind my ears and then just grab most of my hair and then leave a little bit, like a light layer out in the back. So I have a little bit on both sides, as you can see. I gather the rest up and then I use a big giant clip and I clip it onto the top of my head in this really super cute bunch. All right, so I'm gonna pull a little bit out here, a little bit out over here, and then I start with this amount of hair. And what I do to achieve the curls on my hair is I keep the straightener, what is this, perpendicular with my head, so I don't really go this way, I go this way. So let me demonstrate that. So I'll take a little piece of hair and I'll go and I'll twist it and then pull it. Holy moly, look at that. And that is quite the curl we've got going on here. I am gonna get a little bit of steaming because my hair isn't 1,000,000% dry. I do try and dry it as much as possible, and although it feels dry to the touch, chances are there's a little bit of moisture still hanging around there. I'm not afraid of that though. I'm used to that happening. So then what I do is I take a little chunk more, separate the rest. So now I've got this much. I don't like to take too much hair at a time because I want to make sure that I fully straighten and curl all of it. Like if I tried to straighten all of this, it wouldn't look very good. And I also like to make sure that I straighten the roots. The first like 1.5 inches of root is where the most curl is happening. So I like to make sure that I really straighten that part before I curl the rest of that strand. So we're gonna straighten the root and then twist and pull. Got a little bit of steam, but that's okay. There we go. Sometimes I have to kind of love it a little bit and twist it back into place, but there you go. Look at that curl. We got straight, we got curled. The back can be a little bit tricky, but if we grab a bunch, then we'll do the same technique where we kind of pinch and straighten the root and then twist and pull. Oh, we got a lot of steam on that one. Probably could have used a little extra drying back there, but that's okay. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna grab right here, and it's basically the same. So we're gonna pinch and straighten the root and then pinch and curl. And there we go. Look at that curl. Now you can kind of pull them out and tease them out a little bit so that they're not quite as ringlety. The more aggressive you are with it, the tighter the curl is going to be. There we go. And there we have it. So there is the first layer curled. Sometimes I'll see a piece that I don't really like very much. So like this piece right here, the top half of that just isn't doing it for me. So I'm gonna go over it one more time. There we go. And I like that a little bit more. So there's our first layer. Let's bring down some more hair. So same thing, I'm gonna take my thumb and I'm going to just kind of trace that next layer and pull some more hair out of that bunch. There you go. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I think that's enough, so we're gonna take the rest. Oop. I do also bring another little clippy with me just to pin it up even more. Let's start on this side. So I've got all of this hair. You can kind of do it at whatever level you're comfortable in. You can do it the way I did the first layer, where you start here and work your way back. After the first layer, I like to grab the chunk on this side of my head and then take it from the back and then work my way forward. So we're gonna do the same thing though. We're gonna straighten that root and then I take it from kind of the up and curl it like this. And there it is. But you can do it also this way, like I've been doing it, and it's kind of the easier way to do it. Last little bunch on this side. There we go. Got some nice curls going on over there. Now we are going to go to the other side. Alright, so there is that layer done. We are going to bring down another layer following the same exact process. Basically, when I get to these layers is I do it in 3 parts. So I do the left side of my head, the right side of my head, and the back of my head. And normally I do this in the bathroom, so I'm able to use another mirror to look at the back of my head to make sure I don't miss any pieces. But we're just gonna be hoping that I don't miss any pieces today. The real trick is to do it in small enough sections, not too small, but small enough sections to grab onto the hair, twist the straightener, and then pull it perpendicular to your head. Pretty sure this is perpendicular to your head. I could be totally wrong, but you can see exactly what I'm doing. And that's how you achieve those curls. Right, so that side's done. Let's move on to this side. I kind of change it up every time I do it just to what feels most comfortable, but as long as you have those key pieces, you should be good. I personally prefer the 1-inch plate size just because I find that that provides the best kind of curls and it's the easiest to use for straightening and for curling. Something else that I forgot to mention is that you can curl it away or towards your face. I prefer to do my curls away from my face. So see how I'm positioning it and then I curl the straighten away from my face. Now you can do it the other way. Let me demonstrate what that would look like. But I prefer my curls to go away from my face, not towards my face. So what it would look like to do them towards your face is to turn the straightener towards you. So like this. Doesn't feel very natural because I'm used to doing it the other way, but that is what that would look like. They look just as good, but the curls kind of go a different way. If you want a more textured look, then you could do that so that some of the curls curl towards you, some of them curl away from you. I typically just like how it looks curling away from you. So again, straighten the roots and curl away from your face. A lot of steam on that one. Didn't dry right there very well. Alright, so I think I'm going to speed through the next couple of layers and then stop when we get to the very top layers of my head. I've gotten to the point where my bangs are in the mix, so you can see this hair is a bit shorter than the rest of my hair. I curl them just the same. I don't really do anything different with them. I just curl them. All right, we're getting close. So when I get up to about this much hair, I kind of move from my thumb to my pointer finger just because I feel like it's easier and you can get a more direct line, especially since my part is coming up and I want to make sure that my part is relatively straight. All right, and there you have it. That is my hair all curled and straightened and luscious looking. I don't lose a whole bunch of volume when I curl it like this. If I just completely straighten it, I feel like my head looks way too big. So I love curling it like this. I think it works super well with the straightener. I've never felt like I need a curling iron, and I love the way it looks. And I've gotten so many compliments on my hair, both online and in person. And I hope that you learned a thing or two in the course of this video. Again, a huge big thank you to NuMe for sending this my way. I freaking love this straightener. It's, I venture to say, not because I got it for free, but because of the quality of straightener and the way it works on my hair. Is probably my favorite straightener that I've ever used, and I'm hoping that it lasts me a long time. If you need a new straightener or you want to try these out, definitely check out their website. I will link this specific straightener down below so it's easy to access. So big thank you to them and to Octoly. I got it on the Octoly website. Thank you so much to NuMe and Octoly for sending that straightener to me. If you have any other questions about my hair care or how I naturally curl my hair or anything like that, please leave them down in the comments below. If you liked this video, if you like hair tutorials, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe for more content from me, don't forget to do so before you go. All buttons are down below. And I think that's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.